I am very curious this evening what he's going to bring. Mr. Josh King, our resident storyteller. Let's give it up for Josh. Let's see what we're going to get this evening.
What do we got going on here? It is.
There we go.
All right, I'm going to shake shit up a bit and talk about alcohol, drugs, and sex. Is that all right? So what do we usually categorize those things as? Vices, right? But I think we're doing ourselves an injustice with this categorization. I think that there's so many modern day things that we should add to that list that we're not aware of. Because right now, as long as I'm not an alcoholic or addicted to drugs, I'm fine. Let me add a few things to the list right now. Procrastination, laziness, scrolling on TikTok, watching YouTube videos when you should be working, not posting enough social media content to your business. It's the same thing. We could get addicted to this stuff and it has the potential to be detrimental to us. I'm going to take it a few steps further though. I want to do two things to this list, this category, whatever it is. Number one is I don't see an inherent evil, bad, or good with any of those things on that list. I see detrimental and beneficial. And what's the metric for being that one of those things on that list be detrimental to you or beneficial to you? It's whether you control it or it controls you. And the second thing I'm going to do with that list is I'm going to change it from vices to tools. It's a bit of a weird thought. As with any tool, if you have control over it, you're going to do something cool. If you don't have control over it, you're going to get hurt. Jackhammer, just like flipping you in the face. And so I think it's really important to sort of reframe our understanding of what we've been taught is bad and good and start looking at things in our life as more detrimental or beneficial based off of whether we control it or it controls us. A homeless guy horribly addicted to heroin on the streets obviously has not properly utilized the tool of drugs. A guy with excruciating pain from an injury whose doctor supervised with the right dosages has obviously properly used that tool of drugs, hopefully. To convey this point, or maybe dive a bit deeper, I'm going to tell you guys a story. Is that okay? Yes. Now, I knew that if I kept telling fucking wacky stories, you guys eventually wouldn't believe me. And so I had to start bringing fucking photo evidence of this shit. So I'm going to tell you a story of when I was a full-time runway model. Okay, all the stories you've heard of runway models, the models are true. Debauchery, drugs, sex, orgies, alcohol, craziness, 100% true. Interesting thing though, when I was in walking runway, I was completely sober, I was a virgin, I never did drugs. But one day at a party, of course, I walked for this famous designer, I think this is his South Korean designer, Hassan Beg. He poured the shot of vodka and chased me around the party until I took it. And I took it. And from that moment onward, holy shit, when I already had my first shot, so why should I slow down? I broke the barrier. The floodgates are open. So for the next few years, I went fucking wild. I did everything you could possibly imagine, culminating in Australia, running hostel events and parties for bars. I was drinking 4 or 5 liters of boxed white wine, if we have any Australians, good old goon, every single day. I was getting hammered and having a good time. Fuck, those were fun times. But one day, as this framework of, are these things controlling me or am I controlling it, entered my head, I thought maybe alcohol has a bit too much control over me. I don't know about you, but I have an ego. I don't like things controlling me. So I went cold turkey and I got sober. Usually, that's where the story ends, isn't it? Good job, Josh. Wow, you went sober, you controlled the alcohol, oh my goodness, amazing. But hold on, I said there's a second part to this. It's not good or bad, it's beneficial or detrimental. And during those 2.5 years of sobriety, I got a bunch of benefits, but I got detriments as well. My social life, friends stopped hanging out with me. Business opportunities, potential business partners. A lot of business is done over beers, right? Josh, let's go for some beers tonight. Let's talk about some business. Well, I'm not drinking right now. The amount of eyes is, okay, whatever. And I started feeling it after that 2.5 years, and I decided I'm gonna start drinking again. I've been fucking going crazy on these wines tonight. But I did it differently, in a very controlled environment. Once a week for 12 hours, usually Friday afternoon, because of Give It All, I've moved it to Thursday. 12 hours. I wrap from work and I'm off. I'm offline once per week. And I have drinks. I have a little drink, sometimes a lot, sometimes little, and I have fun. But then the second that 12 hours is done, I'm back on it, I'm back grinding. I very rarely drink during the weekdays like I used to. And it's this nice, controlled box of chaos. Because there is benefits in things that sometimes we're taught are completely negative. So, message to everybody today, stop looking at things as bad or good. Start looking at them as beneficial or detrimental. The key determining factor are, do you have control over it, or does it have control over you? Cool? And erase this picture from your memory, by the way.
Josh, the runway model. Can you give us a demonstration?
No.
You don't have the legs like you used to.
No, I don't have anything like I used to.
I can't even imagine what you're going to come up with next. Should we keep bringing them back every week? Yes. Are you going to run out of stories before we run out of Give It All?
I don't think so.
That's awesome. I love the message as well. Very similar to that. I frame it as resourceful or unresourceful. Is it serving or disserving? Bad or good, especially when it comes to coaching and personal development. Not very resourceful because it brings a whole lot of judgment or shame. Is it serving who it is that you want to become? And much like yourself there, Josh, the drinking, I shared, like, when this hit me, I was like, this really is weird. I needed to get coaching on going out and drinking more. People are like, what the fuck? You got to get coaching on drinking more? But it was just like what Josh said. I was brought up in a single mother household that didn't have a lot of money, and every dollar counted, and alcohol, pissing it up against the wall, was not making every dollar count. And so what I missed out on is all those friends and connections and everything else that comes with alcohol. And still overcoming it. Now I let myself splurge with 1 or 2 drinks every now and then. Same with dining. Louisa, my beautiful girlfriend who's not here this evening, she has taught me the value of going out and eating really nice meals. So, and I pay for them.